Because I'm sad.
Steve Clark's sad, but it doesn't change the fact that we have to cover the fallout from the Euro 2024 collapse from Scotland. Yeah, Steve Clark, got to go. Our opinion's not going to change in that. I'm seeing Ali McCoist is actually backing him. I think there's a separate video for that, but you know, a guy that butts heads with Ali McCoist a lot is a man by the name of Chris Sutton, and he actually gave his thoughts on the game. So let's go into it, and he says, got it for Scotland. However, I'm not sure why Steve Clark didn't use James Forrest when the team struggled to create chances all tournament. Looking at the Armstrong penalty claim, Armstrong more interested in trying to get the defender to bundle into him than trying to shoot with a couple of dots at the end of it. Now, here, I actually agree with Sutton. Armstrong is waiting for the contact. He could have got a shot away. You know, believe in your own ability. And I think that's why they haven't gave the penalty. Now, we were trying to, well, I mean, I want the penalty, right? I was trying to argue maybe it was offside, is why Farr didn't look at it like a proper look, because there's a self-automated offside. I've went back and reviewed the footage as best I can. It looks like he's on, looks like he's level, it looks like the defender's leg is playing him on, his trailing leg. So, for that reason alone, I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say, what the hell happened? Because it's weird, like, for Farr not to even check it, I think's bizarre in itself. But let's go back a wee bit earlier into the tweet where he was talking about James Forrest. He says he's not sure why Steve Clark didn't use James Forrest when the team struggled to create chances all tournament. Yo, I think James Forrest should have come on at one point. Right? But it was James Forrest the most noticeable absentee not to get subbed on or get a serious lack of time? I mean, probably not. I would have liked to have seen Forrest come on. I'd like to have seen Conway, Morgan, etc. These attacking options get a chance. But we didn't. We just didn't get it. I don't understand it, man. To continue on with Kenny McLean, like, people will laugh, but why is Kenny McLean even getting brought on ahead of someone like Ryan Jack? Right, Ryan Jack would have been better in that game towards the end where you need a guy to sit back. But for whatever fucking reason, he went with, he kept going, the consistency was just the same fucking subs, man. It's just like, oh my god. Only one I didn't mind was big Lawrence Shanklin. But would James Forrest have made a difference? Here. I think he would have made some form of difference, just like every other player. Because when it's not working, this stubborn bastard doesn't seem to fix it. But Sutton here, sticking up for his Celtic pal here in James Forrest, is what it is. Now, the Armstrong penalty claim, I'm going to agree with Sutton. Sutton's not necessarily saying it is not a penalty. He's just saying that Armstrong's more interested getting the defender to bundle into him than to shoot. And can you really disagree with that? I mean, I think the most biased Scotland fan can clearly see what he's trying to do. Alright? And what he's trying to do is win the foul. If he just fucking doesn't back into him, tries to run onto it and get a shot away, we could be sitting here talking about the last 16 tie. You know? Well, just listen to this prick, Steve Clark. Steve Clark, defiant lack of goals wasn't why Scotland crashed out the Euros. We scored 2 goals this time. We only scored 1 the last time. This guy needs to wake up and smell the fucking coffee. You know, how was it not a lack of goals? Because we scored against Hungary and we won 1-0, we'd be fucking through right now. This prick's lost his marbles, man. Talking and spouting absolute pish. I just don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm actually agreeing with Chris Sutton. That's how crazy things I've got here. But how can he honestly turn around and say a lack of goals? Of course a lack of goals. Of course a lack of goals is shafted it. It's a disgrace. It's a catastrophe. It's a disaster. It's a fucking mess. Alright? It's an absolute mess. McCoy's saying no knee-jerk reaction needed. My knees have been jerked enough, Ali, and I think this guy's got to go.